Hey everybody, welcome to Leon's Chainsaw Parts and Repair. Last video for the evening. Got a couple new boxes in today. One of them is for me, one is not. One is another saw for repair. So we'll start with that one first. I have a clue. I should remember. I don't. I honestly think I've got 6 or 7 saws in some state of transit on their way here, so it's going to be a busy April. That's all I can say about that. Try not to obliterate the addresses. Tell you, I've got to get a hold of Steven about that Super 1130, get the address for it. The box was in terrible shape, and I cut out the shipping label. Yeah, I couldn't begin to tell you where the hell it went. So I'm going to try and be smart about these things from now on. And take a couple pictures as they come in. Alright. Alright. 925. That'll be a fun one to work on. I haven't worked on that series for a little while. Super XL-925. Let me know if it's worth fixing. I'd like to use it for firewood. Big saws are expensive. Okay, Alan. I am going to do my absolute best. Looks like Alan's in North Carolina. Has no spark. Okay. Well, these things use a 3-piece ignition system, the older ones do, which I'm going to guess this one is. She's an oil leaker. Alright. Oh, goodness. Yeah, okay. Fairly solid. A little bit of damage to the clutch cover here from the bar nuts. We'll get some washers on there. Assuming we get it running, try and find some throttle grips. That's one trick for testing compression. Now obviously the thing's bone dry, but I don't think that doesn't feel scored. I think that's got good compression. Alright, well, I'm going to add this to the pile. I've got a 330 out back that I've got to get to before this one. And then before I get to the 330, Gary has been very, very patient. I've got his Mall. Oh, jeez. I don't remember what model this big old thing is. But I've been having a hell of a time. I've got spark, but apparently it's too weak. It's not firing. This thing has good compression, it feels like. Just haven't quite got it to fire, but I owe Gary that. If I can't get that thing going, though, here soon, I'm going to admit defeat, and I hate doing that, but... Okay, next box. This is another saw from James up in Canada. He went out on a nice little saw run, and that resulted in some more saws heading my direction. One got here today. 2 more should be here Thursday, so that'll be good. I have no clue which one is in this box. I think I do. I think I do. This one's going to need a little work. But it's a model that's not often seen in the United States. And as you can tell, James does a great job packaging, so thank you, my friend. Love it when these things get here in one piece. Alright. This is actually very similar to that last one, the 925. This again's an international version. Be a little older. Would have come out somewhere around the same time. Somewhere between the 904 and the 921, 922, 923 series. I'm guessing around the 904. And anyway, should be an Super XL-910. Alright. I've only seen, oh wow, check that out. That's awesome. So the throttle handle is broken. We knew that going into this. And I can't remember, James might have taken the main handle off for shipping. I'll have to dig around and go through my old emails, text from him with pictures. Super XL-910, they use that nice kind of lightning bolt on these Canadian models. Little chip up here, nothing bad. And I knew it needed a throttle handle. That I can come up with. This has the chain oiler with a button here and a shaft that goes through the air box. Comes out over here, drives this pump. And the logo on this side is in excellent shape. Chrome muffler's still there. I mean, the chrome's never going to be perfect on it, not even close, but I can clean that up a lot, and I will when I get time. Sprocket, clutch. Sprocket's not all that worn. Not a bunch of corrosion down here. I'll bet that handle's in the box, or it's in another box on its way. Spark plug is out. It's missing the spark plug boot. It's not frozen up. Sounds pretty good. I'll have to pull the muffler at some point and check the piston, but I'm liking what I'm seeing here. This will be a great project. Probably won't be until sometime in May that I get to it. So it's going to go on the shelf. But anyway, just tune in Thursday, because if those other two saws show up, they're going to get unpacked, because there's some cool stuff in there. You won't want to miss it. Alright everybody, 2 days in a row. Packages have arrived from James up in British Columbia. These are some more saws that came out of that big lot that he went out and looked at a few weeks back. And he picked up a number of home lights in there that he wasn't interested in, but he happened to know a knucklehead here in Southern Oregon that was interested, so he took the time to get them all boxed up and send them my way. Once again, I don't have a clue what one is in what. It's going to be a surprise. That is well packed. My goodness. There we go. Okay. Looks like there could be some parts in addition to some saws here. Ah, okay. This was part of the disassembly process to make everything fit well. Very good. Okay, parts to the Super Mini. That's the Canadian and international version of a Super Easy. You guys have seen a few of those come through in my videos. Starter for an XL-12. Alright. Have the saw. Get to the meat and potatoes here. Alright. Oh baby, XL-76. Get this turned just a little bit. That's a little better. There we go, an XL-76. Pretty good condition, all things considered. 1978 model. I'll make sure that UT number 50108 is in the nice list that's being compiled by one of the members on House of Homelight, documenting the Terry unit numbers. For those of you that aren't familiar with it, Terry is the brand, or the division of Homelight that distributed in Canada. And there was a decent amount of manufacturing that was done out of the, I believe, Ontario plant. In fact, most of the, we've got chains. Another random, that air filter cover goes to that one from a few shipments back. Most of the 925s were actually produced in Canada, built in Canada. Alright, 350P. Don't ask me what the P stands for, I have no idea. I'm going to guess professional. Don't know. But I didn't have one, and now I do, so that's pretty cool. Looks like some sort of paint water or something mix is splattered on it. We'll have to clean that up. This looks like a regular old 350 underneath here. I'll be interested to see if I find any real differences between this and a US model. It's too bad the UT tag, or the serial tag, is gone on this one. There's the difference, the muffler. That muffler cover is completely same shape but different. Interesting. That'll be a fun one to go through. Alright. That's all I need to take out of that one. A masterful packing job getting all of that stuff in that little box. Okay. What does box number 2 hold today? Oh goodness. Okay. Oh yes, I forgot about that. So on top, a starter cover for a blue XL-1. XL-1 was another Super EZ variant that was sold in the international markets. This one's got the same paint scheme as the early EZs, but it should have the large piston. The recoil is pretty stiff. Bushing probably needs a little lubrication, but I'm not into fixing them right now. I just want to see what we got. Okay, so this will be the handle to the 910 that we looked at in the early version. I think I'm going to merge these two videos together, the one from yesterday and today. So it would have been yesterday that the Super XL-910 came in. Here we are to a saw. Oh yes, very good. This is a Terry Super 2. This even has some French on it. Wipe this off a little bit so you guys can see that. This one does not have the chain brake. But, there is one in here that does, I know that. So you can see the French writing there. 1980 model. Pretty damn clean. It's funny, I don't know, these Canadian models, or international models I should say, they painted stuff that they didn't paint on the US models, like the crankcase here, that's painted. I've seen that on the Super EZ variants too, and the Super XLs, XL-12s. I don't know why. I don't know if that was a difference in plant policy, you know, the manufacturing plant in Canada versus down here. I just don't know. Excuse me, it's not Ontario, it's Pointe Claire, Quebec is the address on here and that tag. Okay. See if I can do this without making a horrendous mess. There would be some bars. Alright. Oh, I'm like a kid in a candy shop on Christmas morning. This is great. Here is the Super 2 that I really prized for my collection. The Super 2 SL. This is a true twin trigger. Well, it should be. This rear trigger is missing. And it looks like this thing had the throttle handle broken at some point. And somebody did a pretty damn good... Oh, sorry. Way too close. They did a pretty good job of repairing it. That's a little rough there. But, yeah. That's interesting. And this one does not have its UT tag on it. It's just got what's left of a warning label right there. But the chain brake is complete, and that functions. That's pretty cool. I'm pretty stoked about that. Alright. Handle grip, or handlebar for one of those Super 2s. And this should be a 330 that's coming out next. I think it's a bucking spike. Yep. Tell you guys, when you're unpacking these saws, especially from sellers on eBay, you gotta watch it. Don't throw stuff away until you found all the parts. Like James is smart. He knows that if you ship these saws with the bucking spike on and you don't have things packed down super tight, it can blow through the front of the box. So he put it in a separate piece of cardboard, labeled it 910 for me, so that I wouldn't miss it. And if you just grabbed a chunk of cardboard, it's a little heavier, but it's easy to pitch that. I don't need it. You'll regret it. Throw away something that you need. Alright. What is this? Saw number 5 tonight? It is. Good lord. A 330 SL. Now this one looks kind of rough. Piston starter has apparently been disassembled, and I don't know what's going on. This recoil spring's blown out of it. Obviously it's missing the air filter cover up here. Looks like somebody's punched a hole in the oil tank. It's either that or that's the biggest piece of chewing gum I've ever seen glued to a chainsaw. That's funny. That might be all it is. I'll deal with that later. But also a working chain brake. So I think the 330 that I've had down here that I just could never get running quite right can be a donor for this one. Alright. And this one is also a Terry 1982 model. Okay, well, there we go, folks. Another great day here at the shop. Unpacking new saws is always fun. Not all of those are going to be destined for my collection. I've already got, again, I've got 330 with a chain brake in my collection. I don't know about those Super 2s. That 350p I'll hold on to. The XL-76 probably is going to be one that'll be sold off when I get it running. The Super Mini, it's a tough call. I'm not sure, but keep an eye on the channel. As soon as I get through some of the customer saws, I'll start whittling away at this new mountain of work that just showed up, and we'll see if we can have some fun along the way.